Mr. McBride, you are suing Mr. Hunt for $4,929 because your former landlord didn't disclose that the rental had safety issues. So you're suing him for your moving costs, plus some rent, I think. But go ahead, tell me what happened here.
Well, Your Honor, me and my girlfriend moved from Chicago, and we found this really nice home to rent in Laurel Canyon. And Mr. Hunt said that it was a safe neighborhood and there were any problems, and we loved the price, and we just got this new dog and really excited to
big changes all at once.
Yeah, start a new life together. And I just got this new job out in LA, and shortly after moving in, we started getting all these harassments, knocks at the door at 3 a.m, people, foghorns going off, people throwing things at the window like balloons and eggs and things like this, and all this constant harassment. And we just couldn't take it anymore. So
did you ever call the police?
A couple times, yeah.
And what did the police do?
They took some reports, and they said they also had heard these sort of things happen before. So I think he must know something about this from the past, so it just doesn't seem fair that he rent this place to us.
Did you ever find out who lived there before you?
Yeah, we found out, actually I found out from doing some research, this guy, Nicholas Fieldman, he was the tenant before me, before I moved in, and he had the same problems. Like,
can I see what you have in your hands?
Thank you.
Why can't this podcaster just leave us alone? What podcaster?
I guess he was a controversial podcaster, said a lot of things that were politically incorrect. So.
And but where does he fit in all this? I'm reading what you handed me.
He was the tenant, 2 tenants before me.
Oh, 2 tenants before you lived there.
Yes.
Was a podcaster who was controversial.
Yeah.
So what? So everyone thinks that what's happening now are people getting mad at the podcaster?
Yeah, they still think he still lives there because I guess he got doxxed or something. So.
Oh my goodness.
He's been harassing all the new tenants, including myself.
Are you? Tell me about the stuff that's happening, because it appears to have been happening for a while. Have you gotten wind of any of this, and what's the deal?
Yes, Your Honor. The 2 tenants ago, the podcaster who was the problem, I was aware of that through the neighbors. There were complaints. I was frankly pleased to get rid of him.
Okay.
Okay. The person that rented after that, Nicholas, as he referred, he was there for a period of time until he couldn't take the harassment himself.
Why don't you put a sign out there as the landlord to help out? I don't know.
Your Honor, I can't anticipate every problem that's going to occur with the property, and I can't guess for how long other people are going to be coming there and harassing. I have many.
Did the person before him move over this?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how long were they there?
They were there for about 4 or 5 months. And
I just don't understand how. So have you called the police to try to get some extra protection or try to figure this out?
Yes, Your Honor. It seems that it's a very gray area. And again, I mean,
they could at least step up protection. I mean, they can't sit out there every night, but they can at least try to step up the patrol or something.
And exactly my point, and why I don't believe that I should be financially responsible for him leaving.
What is it you feel he should have told you?
Well, I feel like he should have told me about all this harassment from previous tenants and the extreme of them. I mean, I have a list.
Where did the guy get, what was the phrase you used, doxxed? That's when, your online, your address comes out and your personal stuff?
Yeah.
All right, so what site, did you know what site his address had come out in?
There's a few on the list.
I would go to those sites and say, hey, can you, that was 3 tenants ago. Can you please put this out? I mean, because it's so bizarre that people are I'm just so lazy, I guess, that they're so initiated, that they're so angry that this much later, this many tenants later, they're still going by his house. And well, I guess, is he still podcasting?
I have no idea. I was glad to get rid of him.
Do you know if he's still podcasting, the guy?
I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah.
I have 2 words, guys. First Amendment, freedom of speech. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree politically. We can do it respectfully without endangering other people's lives. And whoever he was, I don't know what he was saying, and you may agree or disagree with him, but that's his residence, whoever that podcaster was, he might have had children in that residence. Do you seriously want to take risks of going over there and expressing your disagreement with whatever it is he was saying? He has all the rights to express himself, just as you have the right to express yourself. Welcome to the United States of America. And this is why many of us have moved here, so we can have that freedom. I'm sorry, we're talking about political opinions. Who cares? It's all a halftime show. You have to understand there is other government above the government that you see every day on TV. They don't decide anything. It's been decided for them, and they're just playing their role. They want to keep us divided. They want to keep us in a different camps. So instead of fighting them, we would fight each other. And that's something we need to keep in mind. Let's go back.
Did nobody put out a sign and said, so-and-so hasn't lived here in 4 years?
No, Your Honor.
It just seems like the easy solution.
It does.
Yeah.
Why is it his fault, Mr. McBride? Because he didn't disclose to you
I feel
people
like
have behaved badly in the past?
Well, I feel like he was just he was just being secretive about that information. I feel like some of these extreme examples of things that have happened, I've listed dates and times of things, definitely should have been brought to the forefront, or at least mentioned.
Like what? What kinds of
Even
things
in
happened? You told me about eggs being thrown, balloons with what kind of liquid inside?
Oh, that I'm not sure. But
I'm
I
going to
mean,
assume
it
it's
gets pretty
urine,
extreme.
just as a gambling woman. But go ahead.
All right. Well, I mean, I got someone who defecated in the backyard. I mean, my dog.
Well,
could have
I mean,
found
these
it.
are pretty criminal acts. I mean, I'm stunned that. How many times did you call the police? Because you've got a list there of about 30 things. Like, did you call the police 30 times, or you just got tired?
Well, I had them come over 3 times, and they did the reports, but
Nothing
since
comes of
I
it.
didn't have like a security camera set up, like I couldn't get a lot of evidence. But I wasn't gonna be there long enough to do all that. I was just like, I gotta get.
Why don't you put? I mean, security cameras don't cost what they used to now. They're connected to the internet, and they're pretty easy. Why? That would be a good thing to do.
I think I might do that now, Your Honor.
You should.
Yeah.
Get some license plate. Honestly, the simplest thing, there are 2 really simple things to do. And one of them is get on every website that docs the podcaster and have them delete it because it's no longer his address, or actually print that this is no longer his address and put out a sign, and then it's eventually going to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, how much longer could it go on after that when they know it's not, But so he let you out of the lease, right?
Yeah, he was nice enough to agree to that.
But that's not enough. You feel like he should pay you $4,929 for what?
Well, because I had to leave kind of just like that night almost, because I thought
Well, not
maybe,
that night. You listed 30 events that happened.
The decision was almost very abrupt. I mean, we tried.
What was the last straw that made it so abrupt?
The crap in the backyard. I think that was like
That'll
that was
do
it. Yeah.
I don't know. The balloon with an unidentified liquid in it, I
Yeah.
think would do it more for me. But anyway, the part I'm having difficulty with is saying that then he's responsible for $5,000 in what? Moving expenses?
Yeah, the liquid would do it for me too. I would be out of that place faster than this. This tenant actually has some patience, so I have to give it to him. But I disagree with the landlord's reasoning. He said he cannot control other people's behavior, and yes, he's right about that. He doesn't have a crystal ball to tell what's going to happen next. He cannot predict. However, there were precedents. It was probably happening when the blogger was living in that place. So that would have been maybe the first clue for him to install some security cameras in the place. Then the second tenant moved in, who was also harassed unknowingly to him. He didn't understand why, and later found out, oh, that's because of the previous tenant. So that was clue number 2 for the landlord to protect his investment and actually install those security cameras. And now this third tenant was having exactly the same problem and still no security cameras. Interesting. And I understand he's a businessman, he has these properties he manages, but you have to protect your investment. Install those security cameras. They're not that expensive. Let's go back.
How do you come up with this figure?
Well, I have the price, all the expenses.
Yeah, let me
here,
see
Your
what you
Honor.
got there.
Thank you.
Moving expenses, storage fees. like I said, I'm just moving here from Chicago with my girlfriend, so I don't have any family.
Hotel fees.
I had nowhere to go, so.
I know, so don't leave that night. Like, plan it better. 10 by 20 storage unit.
Yeah.
I just don't see how I can. What is your legal theory? Your legal theory on why he has to recompense you is that he didn't tell you this happened to other tenants.
Yeah, I feel like if he had
I'm just
even
not sure that's the kind of thing he needs to tell you. I don't know. You know, there's things that need to be like why didn't you tell him? Go ahead, give us your reason.
He didn't ask, Your Honor.
He didn't ask.
That sounds cold, I understand, but I can't possibly anticipate everything that everybody wants me to tell them about the property. That's why they come, they look at it, they ask questions. I'll answer anything they want. It's my property. I own it. I'm proud of it.
How consistent was this happening?
I hadn't seen any problem for a couple of months until he came along because the place was empty. I had run into it with the previous tenant. I honestly had hoped it had come to an end. I don't know. Maybe people were throwing stuff when I wasn't there. There was nobody there. How would I know?
This person has to be really polarizing, and people have to be really moved to do criminal acts. I'm just surprised at how consistent it is. Based on what you've told me, I just don't think I can pin $4,929 worth of damages on him. If this case had come to me because he was suing you for the rest of the rent, you know, I'd look at him and say, no, you should let him out of the lease. But he already did all that part. Just the one question that you are asking me to find is that forevermore he needs to anticipate that other people's criminal behavior shall never stop. And I'm just not sure that a businessman has to disclose that. You know, he's running a business, and, you know, do you have to say that when it says world's best cup of coffee, hey, it's not really the world's best cup of coffee? I'm just not sure. And I don't think that it rises to the level of having to pay you $4,929. I think it rises to the level of him letting you out of the lease, which already happened on his part without you having to sue him. Verdict for the defendant.
Yes and no. I agree and disagree with Judge Millian at the same time. I see where she's coming from, but she thinks that the landlord is not really responsible for the moving expenses because he's not countersuing him for the remainder of the rent, and she's right about that. However, he had precedents before. I don't believe he executed necessary care to protect his investment, his tenants, and to make sure the person responsible gets caught. Installing security cameras could have provided evidence for the police, and maybe some arrests would have been made. The fact that the address was exposed online is actually an actionable thing. It's your private information. What if you have children? You have to really be careful. And if some sites expose your personal private information, like your address or other data that is very private, those websites can be prosecuted. I'm just glad that no one got hurt, but the world we live in right now, having a difference of opinion can get you unalived. And we saw it happened a few months ago. It's okay to disagree. That's how we grow. You express your opinion, I express my opinion. We talk, we communicate. We do not wait for our turn to talk. We actually listen to another person, and maybe, just maybe, that other person can make some really good points that you didn't think about. We can disagree respectfully, and that's what we do on my page here. How many times we ran into an issue where we have polarized opinions on something. And what I do love about our little community is we at least try to do it respectfully, because I sometimes read your comments and I try to read every single one of them, and I learn, and I hope we all can grow together. What did you guys think about this case? Do you agree with the judgment by Judge Millian, or do you think that the landlord is responsible for the moving costs? Please put your comments down below, and thank you so much for watching.